getting started with using the iPads. 2013 will be an exciting year for the use of one-to-one devices across the college. Beaumaris has booklisted iPads, so each student should have an iPad to use. At Bluff Road, the 7 to 10 students will have a range of iPad and one-to-one devices to use and access, and the senior campus not only has access to the notebooks, netbooks, and also BYOD, which means that the students can bring their own device from home and connect to the network. This is my take on the apps that I've found useful while using the iPad in my classes, and things are constantly changing, so keep an eye out and share your findings too. The different controls on your iPad. On one of the long sides is the volume control, and by pressing this side it gets louder and the left side it gets quieter, and if you press all the way down, you can turn the volume off. This slider, this click button, will either mute or lock the rotation depending on what you set in preferences in your settings. So it's a good idea to keep that set as the lock rotation, so that if you move the iPad and you don't want it to rotate, you can just slide that and it will stop rotating, which can be annoying. Down here we have the power adapter button, and you just plug into power up there, and you can also plug in your data projector connections. On what is, I guess, the top part of the iPad, just towards the back, you have the power button, and you will need to hold that for 3 seconds to turn it off or on. And on the other side you have the headphone jack, so you can listen to the sound on your iPad without annoying other people, and same with the children. The iPad has 2 cameras, and the rear camera, you'll see there is a little hole in the back of the case which shows you the rear camera. You need 2 cameras because you will be looking at the screen and wanting to take a photograph and seeing what you're taking the photo of, or you may want to do your own selfies, and that's when you'd have the front-facing camera. When the screen is locked, you simply slide this screen button to unlock and start your computer, your iPad. This little icon is the digital album display, so if you were to click that and had an album set up in settings, that would show your screen like a digital picture frame. The other indicators on the screen, this little bar, the little bars there show that the Wi-Fi is connected. The big dipped button, brown button on the side, is the home button, and if you're left or right-handed you can flip the iPad to whichever way feels more comfortable. And here is the front camera, and here you have a range of apps. Most of these apps you see here are the built-in apps, so you don't have to download any of those. The settings icon will help you personalise your iPad and make sure it's secure. To add more apps, you simply go to the App Store. In the settings icon, if you go to the General tab, you'll see you've got notifications about software updates. You can check your usage, your synchronization. You can check set up your passcode lock, which I would highly recommend doing. And down here is the side switch to either lock rotation or mute. When you select to apply a passcode, you just need to key in the 4-digit number twice. Make it a number you can remember. Postcodes are good. Birth dates, number, so day and month, or the year you were born. So make sure it's something you're not going to forget. You will need an iTunes account or an Apple ID to be able to download apps from the App Store, and it doesn't cost anything to get one. However, if you want to download an app, you will need to have at least an iTunes card, which is probably the most secure way to go about it. To personalise your iPad, you can go to the brightness and wallpaper, and by clicking on this button, or you will be able to see if you've got the built-in wallpaper, or you can add other photos from your own camera roll. So any photos that you've taken with the iPad or that you've uploaded to your iPad. Setting up your email, you can easily set up your Edgemail, which is a Microsoft Exchange, your school Gmail account, if you've got Hotmail or Yahoo or any other email around, and so you can have them all set up on the one device, which is a really great way of checking all of your emails. Setting up your Edgemail, you just put in your own Edgemail address and your password, and you can call it whatever. You might decide to call it Schoolmail, Edgemail, Exchange, whatever. It will then verify your account to make sure it is a real account. And then you will need to add in some more information, particularly the server and the domain. So you need to have your username and password again. So that is your Edgemail username and password. Once it's all verified and set up, it will set up your mail, your contacts, your calendars and your reminders. Once your email is set up, you will have a little link to your inbox and any of your folders. And as you get more email boxes set up, you'll get more options there as well. Once you start collecting a lot of apps, you will find that it can get a little unwieldy, and as you can see, I've got 6 pages of apps. So you can create folders. Down along the bottom is what's called the home menu, and you can see I have selected a few items to go down here, including links to Moodle and Daymap, my Evernote, I prefer to use Chrome, my mail and photos. To move your apps around, you need to just hold onto it until the little X button comes up and they start jiggling. Once that's happening, select the app and just drag it onto a different space, whether it's down onto the menu bar or into a folder. And you create new folders by simply dragging one app on top of another. To get rid of the little X's, you can also delete any apps at this stage by hitting the X. So if you don't want to delete it, don't hit the X. But to get rid of that and the wiggling and be able to get back to it, you just hit the home key and that will turn the X's off. Some must-have apps. Dropbox is absolutely #1 app. You must have it. You've got to be able to get stuff on and off the iPad. Evernote, fantastic again for sharing things on and offline and on every device. So I can take notes on my computer and they will come up on my Evernote. I can open up Word documents in Evernote and be able to make notes and take notes. Explain Everything is what I've used for this, and it's great. Really simple to use. Poplet Lite is a free mind mapping tool. Scribble Press allows you to easily create ebooks, and Tell a Story lets you make an oral ebook, so you can work with all types of learners. Down here, Australian Curriculum, E5 Journal, Easy Assessment, SCO, which is Screen Capture Online or Screencast Online. Tutor for iPad is free and it's great for getting some hints and tips. Rover is Rover allows you to watch flash animations, etc. These are just some great apps. SoundCloud, VoiceThread, Explain Everything, Socrative Teacher, it's brilliant. Real Director, if you don't have iMovie, that's an ace alternative. Strip Designer, if you don't have Comic Life, it is a great alternative. Easy Portfolio and Easy PD will help you record your own personal journey. You've also got My Homework, which the kids can use with if you set up a teacher.io account. Doceri is like Explain Everything, a little bit more complex. Creative Book Builder, great way to create some exciting ebooks. And Pic Collage for posters. Green Screen is Green Screen, great opportunity. And a heap of resources are out there. Things are changing all the time. Get out, have a look, have a play, and get on board.